Hi, I'm Lynn from L&J Goods. Do you love the IOD Clementine transfer as much as I do? Oh my goodness, I want this to be around forever and ever. There are so many beautiful botanicals in this transfer. I have 9 projects to share with you. 8 of them are thrifted or found, and the other one is a store-bought pumpkin. I am super excited to share some really fun techniques with you. They range from the simplest to a little more complex. I'll be using lots of PENTART products to create age and depth, and of course, some crackle on one of them. The first project that I'm going to share with you is an actual vintage tollware tray that last Christmas I decoupaged over. I never liked the way that it turned out, so I painted over it and then added some of the Clementine transfers to create a beautiful layered vintage style tray. Project 1 is this thrifted tray. I had decoupaged it a while back, and I really didn't care for the results, so I'm just going to paint over it. Has this ever happened to you? I'm making over my makeover project. I want to keep some of the rustic edges that are on the tray, so I'm just base coating the base of the tray with Fusion's Coal Black. Then I'm going to take this transfer from Clementine, but I'm going to cut out the middle typography part. I'll set that aside for later. And I'm also choosing some of the other florals, and I'll arrange these so that I can maybe try to get that look of those antique tollware trays. When I layer transfers, I apply a little hinge of blue tape so that I can easily fold them back and then start from the bottom layer, apply the transfer, and then working from the bottom up, flip the other transfer pieces over and apply those. Sometimes I'll even trim away that backing sheet and kind of fussy cut around the image that might make it a little bit easier for you to visualize your final design as you are laying out the transfer pieces. Once all of your transfers are applied, go ahead and burnish those. Make sure that you've got complete adhesion. Then go ahead and apply a top coat. I'm using Fusion's Ultra Guard. It's their newest top coat, and what I love about it is that you can apply it over dark colors as soon as your paint is dry without worrying about it getting cloudy under the surface of the top coat. Project 2 is this faux pumpkin, which has been painted with Debbie's DIY, a mix of Firestarter and white swan to get a nice soft orange color. Then I will apply Debbie's DIY Big Top to the entire surface, let it dry completely, and then apply the transfers. This is a trickier surface on which to apply the transfers. Not only is it a curved, round surface, but there's texture from the paint, and the pumpkin has a little bit of flexibility, a little bit of give. So there is going to be some cracking of the transfers as I apply them. But that's okay. I am embracing the cracking of the transfers as I'm applying them. I think it's going to add to the overall effect that I'm going for. I just continue to layer little snippets, little pieces from my leftover transfer bits, and be sure to burnish each of the pieces completely. To finish this pumpkin, I applied Debbie's DIY dark wax, then removed the excess with the clear wax. You can see that I'm focusing that darker wax in the segments and separations of the pumpkin. And then for a final touch, I used one of my dried pumpkin stems and hot glued that onto the top of my pumpkin. I really love the rustic nature of this pumpkin, and I think it's just a beautiful accent for fall decor. Project number 3 is a thrifted cutting board. These are fun to use not only as seasonal decor, but also to actually use them for a cutting board. I do it all the time. After sanding both sides, I took the cutting board outside and sprayed one side with bin shellac spray. When that dried, I applied Fusion's French eggshell. I allow the paint to fade out along the edges. Now I'm applying that one full transfer sheet. It says charcuterie at the bottom. I love this. Birds are flying all around. Some fall and hit the ground. This is where I should belong. Inside a simple song. Then go ahead and apply your top coat. Beyond the brink of time, I will love you till I die. On shaky grounds, you could never understand. The way I am is not what it seems. My fourth project is this cute little picture that I found while thrifting, and I selected this image from the Clementine transfer because the colors are kind of cohesive. I want to apply the transfer directly over the image that's already on the picture. Makes it easy. I don't have to paint this picture. I just need to apply the transfer, and the colors all blend beautifully together. I had also trimmed away a little bit of that transfer so that I could make it all fit on the front of the picture, and then just reposition that one leaf that I snipped out, and there you go. It fits beautifully. While it's not really necessary to apply a top coat on a piece like this, I did go ahead and add some of that Ultra Guard right over the top of the transfer and over the entire picture. For the next 3 pieces, I want to create a beautiful botanical gallery wall. So I grabbed these thrifted frames. Sometimes they have that piece on the back that acts as a stand. I just cut that away with my razor knife. JR cut masonite pieces for each of the frames, and I painted those with a few coats of Fusion's casement paint. Then I applied the transfers to the masonite on each of the frame inserts. One of the frames had this velvet backing on the back of the frame, so I removed that and then got rid of the glue by just scraping it off. I needed to use a heat gun on some parts of it, but the glue came right off. I hot glued the masonite piece with the transfer on it into the frame because this is a resin poured frame and I can't use my points gun to secure the masonite into the frame. Later, JR will add a nice paper backing. For this project, I took a plain thrifted jar and transformed it to create the look of an antique European crock. I found this jar at a local thrift shop. It had a glass top, but it wasn't quite right. So we made a top out of wood, fashioned like the tops on those antique European jars. I'm going to make all of this look like old crockery. First step is to apply a bonding primer over the entire surface of the jar. I applied 2 coats so that I could be assured that I'd have really good adhesion for the paint. After that had dried for 24 hours, I applied 2 coats of paint that had a built-in top coat. I used Fusion's Victorian lace. While the paint on the crock is curing, I'm going to go ahead and go through the Clementine transfer book and pick out those pieces that I want to use on my crock. There are so many beautiful images. I want to use them all, but I'm focusing on recreating the look of that antique orange marmalade jar. So of course I have chosen these tangerines, and I'm going to start cutting them apart to customize them and make them fit my project. I love this transfer. I think it's a beautiful representation of those old world marmalade jars. Even though I can't create an exact replica of those jars, what I love about this is it has those tangerines. It also has labels on it. They're so beautiful. They reflect back to the original labeling that would be on one of those antique jars. It's not the same, it's not exact, but it does call back to those original antiques. I'll be layering these transfers on the front of the jar. I'm going to start with the largest transfer piece, apply it sticky side down, and use the applicator that comes in the package to rub it into place. Now I'm layering the other transfer pieces, trimming away any place that I need to so that I could create a cohesive design. The IOD transfers can be used directly out of the package, but one of the things that I love to do is to cut them apart, reimagine them, relayer them so that I can create my own custom design. Here I'm using the applicator tool to scratch away a few little edges of the transfers just to give them an old and tattered look. I'm not going to be trying to recreate an actual label that would have been on one of these antique marmalade jars, but I love these beautiful labels that are intertwined in the design patterns in the Clementine transfer. I decided instead to use one of those transfer pieces on the top of the lid. Now that the transfers have been applied, it's time to make this thrifted jar and wood top look like old crockery. In order to get the effect of antique crazing and those beautiful mineral deposits and aged look of those crocks that are dug from the ground, I'm applying the PENTART cracking gel over the crock. I allow both components to dry completely between applications. Then I applied Fusion's Antiquing Glaze over the whole surface. I apply the antique glaze a section at a time and then wipe it away with a damp cloth. I can also use that cloth to dab and blot at the antiquing glaze so that it creates a wonderful old mottled look. Remember that you must only use CRACKLE products that are water-based on IOD transfers. Last, I'll apply some various colors of paints and glazes to replicate the look of rust and mineral deposits. I'm using PENTART's Wall Lazure in the antique color of rust brown and umber. Brush it on in random spots and then use a baby wipe to dab away any excess. I let that Wall Lazure sink into the cracks as well in some areas. This is a little Tremont style mirror that I found at the thrift store. It has some damage to it. We'll address that later. Look at that. I just don't think I could have done that myself.
I know, it's very, very hard.
I know. Well, I couldn't have done it while holding a camera. I just want this part out, and then we might need to cut a piece of masonite. Yeah, somebody added that. Oof. Any chance you could cut a piece of masonite for this before you leave for your truck? Cool. Safety glasses. After applying a base coat of Fusion's cast iron paint, I applied the transfer. In order to add just a little bit of bling, I'm using the Petites Ornaments Gilded Transfer and applying just little bits of it around the Clementine image. But I want this gilded transfer to be a little tarnished and worn looking, so I'm just sanding away the top surface of it just to dull it down a bit. Now I need to deal with the frame and the damage that is on those cute little molded corners. Apply a little bit of hobby glue in the area that I need to repair. Then I take some IOD air dry clay and press it into shape. I'm just going to mold this with the end of a paintbrush, my fingernails, whatever I have on hand. Honestly, it is going to give the look that I'm going for, in that the frame is complete. If you stand 10 feet away from this or walk by it quickly, you're really not going to notice anything other than the corners are all complete. After the clay dried, I go ahead and give this a coat of Debbie's DIY Golden Ticket. It's the perfect gold that sort of matches the gold that's already on the frame. The next day, after the clay was completely dried, I took PENTART's UMBER Antiquing Gel and applied that over the clay repairs. Then wipe away the excess with a baby wipe. Thank you so much for joining us here today on YouTube for this tutorial. At L&J Goods, we love sharing projects to inspire you to create your own beautiful decor products for your home. We so appreciate you and want to ask you a big favor. While you're here, would you mind hitting that subscribe button? And if you have already subscribed, don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next tutorial or when we go live on Mondays and Wednesdays. Please leave us a comment and let us know which of these projects is your favorite. You can find L&J Goods on Main Street in Medina, New York, or you can find us at lnjgoods.com.
Maybe this is the season of love.